Okay, let's try this thing again. Now we're going to talk about is how do those T and B cells become T and B cells. It starts off inside myeloid tissue, not lymphoid, but myeloid tissue, red bone marrow. You know that lymphocytes are created here, as are all the other formed elements of the blood. T cells, potential T cells, are created inside the bone marrow. They migrate away from the bone marrow and they make it to thymus gland. The thymus gland is like a college. And in this college right here, those T cells are going to learn the difference between self and non-self. And that's called immunocompetence. Now, the college term is very, very short. It's only about a week or so, and the kill rate is 98%. Only about 2% of the cells that show up in thymus college right here actually survive the experience. Now, when they do come out, they're called naive T cells, and they have immunocompetence, but they also have a target. They have, in essence, been given an antigenic determinate target. Now, this is comparable to somebody getting a degree and then having a major. But they are called naive T cells because they don't know how to do anything yet because they haven't been exposed to the real world. Now, upon exposure to the antigenic determinant that they were trained to react to, they will mature, they will activate, and for example, the T cells will become mature helper T cells and they will produce chemicals to promote the activity of other cells around them, as we'll see in a moment. So basically, they're cheerleaders. They produce these chemicals to cheer on other cells to get involved in the fight. But cytotoxic T cells, when they activate, they actually become active hunters. Now they're able to go out, hunt, and kill that particular target that they were trained to go after. Now, going back for the B cell story right here. With the B cell story, the lymphocytes are produced inside the myeloid tissue, but B cells are kind of like homeschooled. They didn't go off to T college. They got homeschooled right here. And when they come out of the bone marrow, they are naive B cells. And the naive B cells, again, don't do anything until they're exposed to the antigenic determinant that they were trained to react to. Until they're exposed, they do nothing. But once exposed, they activate and become plasma cells. And the plasma cells will then produce antibodies, and the antibodies will then fog your body, broadcast these things out there, and the antibodies will do the work. In a way, this is sort of like assassin schools. These guys are killers of sorts. The T cells are hand-to-hand combat for the cytotoxic T cells. The B cells, they deal with poison, so to speak, the antibodies. So these are the ninja white blood cells of all the white blood cells. They have a specific target, and they don't stop until they find their one specific target and eliminate the thing.